In 1997, a Beverly Hills socialite had one last request: bury me in my Ferrari, seat reclined, nightgown on, next to my husband in San Antonio, two cement trucks, a construction crew, a crane, and a crowd that came just to watch. This is the true story of Sandra Ilene West and the car that became her coffin. Sandra Ilene West married into a Texas oil and cattle fortune and split her time between San Antonio and Beverly Hills. Friends called her glamorous, playful, someone who liked publicity and big gestures. In her will, written years before her death, she left a precise instruction: bury me in my Ferrari, with the seat slanted comfortably near my husband's grave at Alamo Masonic Cemetery. On a spring morning in 1977, crews arrived at the cemetery with a long wooden crate. Inside, Sandra, dressed in a white lace nightgown, seated behind the wheel of her powder blue Ferrari. A crane lowered the crate into an oversized grave, roughly 9 by 17 feet, and workers began to pour concrete. Not dirt, concrete, to deter grave robbers. Here's where legend blurs the edges. You'll see stories claim a Daytona Spider or a 250 GTE, even a last-minute swap. But contemporary San Antonio reporting and most Ferrari historians identify the car as a powder blue 1964 Ferrari 330 America, often cited as chassis number 5055. Some outlets still mention a 250 GT GTE or note the dispute. Fair. But the preponderance of sources points to the 330 America. That's the version locals, archives, and Ferrari registries repeat. Today, Sandra West's marker sits on San Antonio's east side. The Ferrari isn't under her headstone. It lies in the open space nearby, sealed in that concrete vault. Visitors still stop to look because how often do you pass a grave and know there's a mid-60s Ferrari buried a few feet away? This wasn't a stunt at a racetrack or a celebrity car crash. It was a quiet, legal funeral that forced the living to decide whether a will this specific should be honored exactly as written. It blended grief, wealth, myth, and automotive culture, and left behind a legend that the internet keeps rewriting. Was it outrageous? Sure. But it was also a final expression of taste and control, one person deciding the last scene of her own story. If you could take one car with you forever, what would it be and why? Drop it in the comments. For more true automotive legends and folklore that turned out to be real, hit subscribe and queue up the next story.